Hi, Dr. Andrea Maxim, naturopathic doctor here in Oakville and Caledonia. And today I wanted to talk about how to choose the right supplements for you in order to get the most bang for your buck. First, let's talk about the 8 supplements that everyone must have. Now, the top 3 supplements that I recommend everybody take is a multivitamin, a fish oil, and a green supplement. Now, the green supplement here is listed as a phytonutrient. So I often recommend a green supplement or some sort of supplement that will help to alkalinize the body. A multivitamin, remember, is simply there just to prevent any nutritional deficiencies. It's not there to treat any deficiencies that are happening, but if we can prevent them from getting worse, a multivitamin is an excellent way to do that. And then finally, a fish oil. And fish oils are so valuable because they're anti-inflammatory, they're excellent for hair, skin, and nails. They're really great for cardiovascular health. And so a fish oil is definitely one of those essential nutrients we definitely need to be taking on a daily basis. The rest of the list you'll see here, a vitamin D, because in North America, especially in certain areas, we're just not getting the sunlight that we need. Magnesium is something that I often get my patients to go on, especially if they're getting leg cramps or muscle cramps, difficulty falling asleep. Magnesium will help with that. Vitamin B12 is always excellent for getting a nice boost of energy every single day. But vitamin B12 as well as folic acid are both of the 2 key nutrients we need to maintain proper cellular replication, meaning that it keeps the cells dividing in a healthy way instead of abnormally. Iron, not so much for men, but women definitely need to be taking iron, especially women that are menstruating. As women, we should be getting our iron levels checked at least once a year just to see how the levels are. Most of my female patients are very low in iron, so we need to supplement them with that. And then a probiotic is something that's definitely wonderful for healing the digestive tract and improving the immune system. The next slide we're seeing here is vitamin D. So when it comes to vitamin D supplements, I often like to see my patients taking vitamin D in drops or soft gel. This is because vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. The other thing I always look at is the form. So cholecalciferol, which you can see labeled here, is the best absorbed form of vitamin D. If we get the ergocalciferol, this is coming from a plant source, so excellent for people that are vegan or vegetarian. If you really want to get the vitamin D working for you quickly, cholecalciferol is what you want to see. The ergocalciferol takes a little bit more conversion to get the results that you're looking for. The next one is a vitamin B6, so a lot of patients are taking B complexes. The vitamin B6 you can see here is labeled as pyroxidine HCl. Pyroxidine is the active form of the vitamin B6, and when we're looking at supplements, we always want to get them in the active form because our bodies are doing enough as it is, trying to convert everything else, so we might as well take a few steps out of there and allow the body to kind of get what it needs right as it gets it. So pyroxidine HCl is how you want to see your vitamin B6. B6 is excellent for stress management and that sort of thing. So we often get our people who are very stressed out to go on a multi-B5 or a B6. There's other active forms of the B vitamins that you certainly want to look for, but this is just an example. The next one we're seeing here is folic acid. So I mentioned that folic acid and vitamin B12 are really important for proper cellular replication. Folic acid, again, the active form is this 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate or 5-MTHF. And you'd be surprised, a lot of children that are having issues with autism or Asperger's, they have been linked to an inability of converting folic acid into this active form. We call them poor methylators, and this could be in any condition. So when we're getting folic acid in the system, again, the active form is what we really want to be seeing. We're seeing here vitamin B12. Often, this is the biggest one that I tend to convert my patients away from. We're seeing a lot of vitamin B12 in multivitamins in cyanocobalamin. Cyanocobalamin is a very poorly absorbed form of B12. It's a very cheap way of producing it. What I always look at is for methylcobalamin or hydroxycobalamin. Those are what we usually use when we're doing IM or intramuscular injections with B12 because of the high absorption rate. And again, if you're taking a vitamin B12 supplement or you're taking a multivitamin with B12 in it, you want to see the methylcobalamin or the hydroxycobalamin first and foremost. Not to say that you're not getting any B12 from the cyanocobalamin, but methylcobalamin and hydroxycobalamin are the best. So this is for a lot of my patients that are taking calcium supplements, and the cheaper made supplements will say calcium carbonate, or I've even seen calcium oxide. Those are basically just filler calcium. The absorption is incredibly low. What you want to be looking for is calcium citrate, calcium glycinate or gluconate, or even one from a company called AOR. They have the MCHC, which is essentially taking the calcium right from a bone source and giving it to us. The more closer it is to the issue we're trying to treat, the faster we're going to get the effectiveness that we're looking for. So even with your calciums, make sure that it does not say carbonate, because again, you are wasting your time. The absorption is just not there. Here we're looking at magnesium, same thing. Magnesium oxide is only there to act as a laxative. It is not there to replenish any deficiencies in magnesium. You want to be looking for a magnesium citrate, bisglycinate. Those are the two best ones. Those are the most absorbed, especially if we're trying to treat muscle cramps or difficulty sleeping. If you're having issues with bowel movements, magnesium oxide is perfect, but usually we look for the other forms. Iron, again, we want to make sure that the iron is in a good form, so the bisglycinate form, citrate, or even iron chelate. Minerals are often absorbed very well when attached to a chelator, which is essentially holding the mineral's hand and guiding it to where it needs to go in the body, again, increasing absorption. So pay attention to those sort of things. Often iron will cause nausea if it's in a poorly absorbed form, so make sure that you're getting one that works well for you, and of course we have those in our office. And then of course the fish oil, and this is a really important one. Fish oil, for the minimum therapeutic dosage, you need to be getting 850 milligrams EPA and 500 milligrams DHA. That is the bare minimum. If per capsule like this one you see 90 milligrams of EPA, that means you're going to have to take about 10 capsules a day to get the bare minimum therapeutic dosage. Remember, fish oil, above the things that I've said earlier, is also very effective for any mood disorders, improving the brain and improving the neurological system. You need to be getting that therapeutic dosage. So please look at your fish oil and see what the capsule dosages are, and then convert them up to a minimum of 850 milligrams EPA, 500 milligrams DHA. Okay? And then finally, probiotics, and a lot of people have questions about probiotics. The bare minimum dosage you need to be getting is 10 billion of these microorganisms every single day. Our bodies do not create probiotics on its own. It is something that we need to supplement, and especially if you're having any digestive upset or distress, probiotics are something that we as naturopaths tend to use a lot of until the digestion is kind of come back into place. What I also ask my patients to do is look for a multi-strain. The more strains you have, the better, because along the digestive tract, there's different strains that grow in different places. So we want to try to be implementing that as much as possible. If you can follow, or at least start taking the top 3 multivitamins, or the top 3 supplements, I should say, a multivitamin, a phytonutrient, and a fish oil, that is an excellent start when taking supplements. If you need anything else, please remember that we're only giving you those supplements just to get your body through what it needs to get through to fall back into optimal health. And then you can always go back to the top 3. I always say to my patients, I'm only putting you on these things just to get you feeling better, and then we'll start weaning you off and let your body tell us when you need to come off them. Your body will always know better than I ever will. But the very, very minimum are these top 3, the multivitamin, the phytonutrient, and the fish oil. Please, if you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. The phone number is coming up next, and have a happy and healthy day.